Hello everyone. Do you know how a small corner of the Iberian Peninsula became a powerful and influential nation that explored and colonized the world? Imagine stepping back in time to a land of ancient tribes, fierce battles, and the rise of a mighty empire. Welcome to Revisiting Archive, the channel where we dive into the captivating history of the world. In this first episode of our series, we're taking you on a journey to the Roman conquest, the birth of Lusitania, and the enduring legacy of Roman culture in Portugal. Let's explore the rich and diverse past of Portugal, shaped by countless civilizations and cultures. Join us as we unravel the epic tale of the clash between Iberians, Celts, Lusitanians, and the unstoppable Roman Empire. Together we'll discover how this history influences the identity of the Portuguese people today. So let's dive into this enthralling story together. The history of Portugal begins with the prehistoric people who lived in the Iberian Peninsula, the landmass that includes modern Spain and Portugal. These people belonged to different groups, such as the Iberians, the Celts, the Tartessians, and the Lusitanians. They had their own languages, customs, and beliefs, and they often fought among themselves or with their neighbors. The first contact between these people and the Romans occurred in the 3rd century BC, when the Romans started to expand their territory in the Mediterranean. The Romans were interested in the Iberian Peninsula for its strategic location, its natural resources, and its trade routes. They also wanted to eliminate the influence of their enemies, the Carthaginians, who had established colonies along the coast. The Roman conquest of the Iberian Peninsula was a long and complex process that involved many wars, alliances, and rebellions. It took almost 2 centuries for the Romans to annex the entire peninsula to their republic, and later to their empire. The Romanization of Hispania, as the Romans called their new province, was also gradual and uneven, depending on the region and the people. One of the most important and influential regions of Roman Hispania was Lusitania, which comprised most of modern Portugal and part of western Spain. The name Lusitania comes from the Lusitanians, a group of warlike tribes who resisted the Roman domination until their leader Viritheus was killed by treachery in 139 BC. The Lusitanians were famous for their guerrilla attacks, their bravery, and their loyalty. The Romans admired the Lusitanians and granted them some privileges and autonomy within their province. They also built many cities, roads, bridges, aqueducts, and temples in Lusitania, and promoted the development of agriculture, mining, commerce, and culture. The capital of Lusitania was Emerita Augusta, today known as Merida in Spain. Other important cities were Olisipo, today Lisbon, the capital of Portugal, Bracara Augusta, today Braga, in northern Portugal, and Pax Julia, today Beja, in southern Portugal. The Romanization of Lusitania was stronger in the south and the east, where the Lusitanians mixed with the Romans and adopted their language, religion, and law. In the north and the west, however, the Romanization was weaker, and the Celtic and Iberian traditions persisted. The Lusitanians also kept some of their own gods, such as Indovelicus, the god of health and dreams, and Ataigina, the goddess of spring and rebirth. The Roman province of Lusitania lasted for almost 5 centuries, until the collapse of the Roman Empire in the 5th century AD. During this time, Lusitania witnessed many historical events, such as the rise and fall of emperors, the spread of Christianity, the invasions of barbarians, and the emergence of new cultures and peoples. The Roman legacy in Portugal is still evident today, in the language, the law, the art, the architecture, and the identity of the Portuguese people. That's all for today's video. I hope you learned something new and interesting about the Roman conquest, the birth of Lusitania, and the enduring influence of Roman culture in Portugal. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I would love to hear from you. And as always, keep revisiting the archive.